do.
Good evening. Welcome back to the Mancunian way. Oh, that blur's not working with the cap, is it? Hang on a minute. Let me just change that, everyone. Virtual background. Let's go to none. There we go. That's better. Hope we're all right. Welcome back to the Mancunian way. My name is Martin. I'm your host. And welcome to the latest fan calling show. We are only going to go just over an hour. I know the game's on. I totally forgot about it. So numbers may not be high, so don't worry about it. But as long as you are here, if there was only 2 people would do this, because that's what matters. People who are here are the ones who are here. They matter. Big up to you all. Yeah, everyone's watching Barcelona in Milan, like, you know. Why? Good evening, Mingy One. Good evening, Adam. Good evening, Cathy. Good evening, FIFA. Mark Harris as well. So my problem is, do I get a kebab or a pepperoni pizza? Neither. Get yourself a nice salad. No, get what you want, mate. Enjoy. Yeah, I have got to go at 11. I've got a family issue I've got to contend with. My dad's not very well, so I have to sort it out. He's having a bad day today. Well, bad week, to be honest. Hello, Colin. Good evening, mate. I'm going to open the lines in 5 minutes, so we'll do a good hour. Yes, everyone smash the likes and subscribe. Remember, going on to these calling shows, be respectful. Thank you. And be truthful about your age. Yes, it is. You've got to be, ideally, we want you to be 18 and over. I know it's great, but we do need you to be 18 and over. If you look really young, we may not put you on. Just to protect ourselves and protect yourself from any idiots. I know we don't normally get them. But the trouble is, you always get the odd troll in the chat, which is fine, but we just got to protect people as well. Good evening, DC. How are you? I'd like you to call in DC at some point. Come on, DC. You got to talk. Good evening to all the FA Cup finalists on tonight's show. Let's all sing Blue Moon and make Martin smile. Martin Talks, it never says that episode 10. It does. Martin Talks, Frank Collins show. We are here. Yawn. Everyone's ignoring him. They always bring you down. Hello, Blue Art DDC. Currently watching FIFA with Trump. The Carnage Soccer World Cup. The old tumbleweed is rolling. Sure jokes, Blue Art. Where are we? Loads of people are in here. Where are we all? Lee Gates, thank you so much for your very generous $7.99, mate. Really do appreciate your support. Sorry, my voice is really going at the minute. I'm still going to a game at the weekend. Looking forward to the show, Martin. You'll give us some really exciting content. Big up to you, mate. No, big up to you, Lee, for the continued support. It's very generous. Smash a like on that. Show a lot of love. Let's see if we can get how many likes we can get on that super chat from Lee. So big up yourself, mate. Thank you. DC, yes, say hello to each other. Really does help. Where are we at? No one talk about the orange menace, please. Too stressed for those like me who have to live under the regime. Yeah, no Trump talk. We're not doing any political views here on the channel. Went to the doctors today. I told him I was constantly dreaming about airport. Sadly, he said it's terminal. Boom, boom. Ah, dear. Ah, dear. Good evening, Fee. How are you? Hope you are well. Fee hopefully will be on Thursday night as well. Just for one of my very poor dad jokes. He was poor, that. Steve, good evening, mate. Hope you are well. Our resident West Ham, our resident Hammer. Bite your dick off. How you doing, mate? By the way, I need to email you. We need to get you back on before the end of the season, if you are free. Sean, good evening, mate. Lucas is with us. Heard Stad has done a madness, not looking good. Maybe, but I won't fully believe that at the moment, Lucas. We'll just see what happens. Yeah, DC, Fee loved the name change. Well, Fee has now officially joined the Mancunian way, so she's now part of it. Could have waited till Barca Inter has concluded. I'm busy at 11, mate. Otherwise, we would have done. I don't know why you bothered. Are you a bloody Barca fan? You're an Inter fan? Ram it up. I am Blue Heart. Great show. Thank you, Buxton. And Man City 1, 2, 3, 4. Good evening, mate. Barcelona have scored. There you go. So it'll be over in 2 minutes. Hey, up, Martin. It was a pleasure having you on. Yeah, same with you, Chizzy. Hope you are well. JRI Photography is with us. Blue Heart thought Martin had swim. No, these are my glasses. Those are the cap. No, it's 6-5 now. 6-5 to Barcelona. Yes, smash those likes. No, don't worry about it, DC. It's just, it's life. It's the way it is. It's the way it is, DC, but I do appreciate that. Wait, we talking about? No, but we're going to talk whatever you lot want to talk about. If you want to talk Gibbs White, we'll talk it, but I'm not talking it. It's been Spec Service Cafe to do jam jar style now. Pedri's balling today. No, stop it. Caddy was looking good for us. Verts preferred us. Dad just pushing for his crazy. Looks like he's getting his way. Does it? Does it? Does it? Let's see. Blue Moon. Yeah, loving the bit of that. Bite your dick off. Has got their 12 months. Big up, mate. 12 months. Big up to bite your dick off. What a man. Top guy. Steve Lewis says a mad one earlier on the space. I didn't know you were even in it, Jack. Unless you were in it under a different name. Was you in that space under a different name, Jack? My favourite channel member name. Do I? No, remain professional, Martin. Remain professional. No, I'm not doing it. Bite your dick off. Yep. Top stuff, mate. Yes, we are all PSG tomorrow. Ed's with us. Kay's with us. Judge Mo properly going mad. Well. Lynette, good evening, mate. How the devil are you? Lynette, with the 2-year anniversary. Big up yourself, mate. Big up yourself, Lynette, with the 2 years. Bite your dick off with the 1 year. Lee Gates with the $7.99. W's in the chat. Fire in the chat. Let's go, go, go. 3-3 now. Jesus, he's going to extra time. I was hoping we would get out, but never mind. Big up, Lenny. Well done on the professionalism. Right. We're going to open the phone lines. I don't expect many on, so this should probably be a good time to come on. This would be a good time to come on. Because we are only going till 11 o'clock because, like I said, I've got to go and do some family stuff. So here's your opportunity now, people, to come and have your say. I'm just going to get the link. Let me copy that. Invite, copy link. Go into the chat. Put it in there. Right, so the chat is now in. You want to come on, have your say. Wait, where's that going? I will pin it at the top. So it's at the top. Couple of rules. Please be respectful. Please make sure you look after each other. Respect your channel. And people, what is going on here? 3-3. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Right. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, God, someone's here. Right, I'm going to bring Dash in first. So let's go. Dash, good evening, mate.
Yes, mate. All good.
Not bad, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm
Good
just seeing this
man.
Barcelona game right now. This is mad. This is probably one of the craziest games I've seen in a long time. It probably rivals up its last game because I expected Barcelona to close this out after the comebacks and just a Serbi. You know, it's a Serbia's first ever Champions League goal as a 37-year-old. 37. That's crazy, man. But yeah, so this game is just so nice, man. It's like me watching the Premier League this year, yeah. It's like the quality is so low, and you're paying so much money. But whereas if you watch a European competition, there, there's always something magical about it, man. Even watch La Liga, sometimes City, even I've been getting into the League One this season. So it's good, man. But you never know. 5 years ago, we were one of the best league to watch. So things change always, mate.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's obviously enjoying the goal fest that's going on over there.
Oh, your Mark could have won it.
Sick of seeing and hearing this Martin bloke today. Cheeky sod. I can
My
hear the
word.
bloody game on in the background.
Can you?
Hey, yeah. Turn it off before I get copywritten. What are you doing
Can you hear me
here?
now? Listen, I put on 8, man. My volume number's on 8. I can't do much about it.
Well, put it on mute.
I put on mute now.
Good evening, Tone. Hope you are well. So go on, mate. Is there anything particular you want to talk about? I know, Jack, it's just the game's on, so wrong night. I totally forgot about the game. My fault. But the people who are here, and you are the legends. It's not about the numbers. It's about the company.
Yeah, I want to talk about I want to get into this. What do you
No,
think about? Oh,
don't.
no about Gibbs, right? Don't worry about him, not him. What do you think about Inori? Because we just touched a bit briefly, obviously in the last few days. So I want to get your thoughts on it, Martin.
Good player. We've been linked with him. I think we've been linked with him for the last 2 years as well.
I'll probably say 3.
I'm going to be yeah, maybe 2, maybe 3. He seems to be the typical fullback that we go for at the minute. But where defending is not the main attribute of him.
It's when I look at Inori, yeah, like going forward, he's great. Like he's not a bad scorer on the ball. His passing is great. It's like there's a lot of good things about him, but just it goes to my theories. Is Pep going to go with a back 3 next year? Because if we're getting him with a Cambiasso, and most likely Cambiasso goes on the right, and obviously in the left, it does think of a 2 wing back formation where they become our new creators or on the white spaces, and the idea of Savinho, Doku's, the Bobs, they're probably either going to be put as insider wingers or left-sided 8 or 10s, depending on what it is.
Very true. I mean, I'm just looking at his stats now. He's only 23, which I find astonishing because he's due to be 24 in June. So I feel like he's been around forever. Now, he's actually got, this is where you got to be careful of 34 appearances, 4 goals, 7 assists, with 5 goals, 7 assists in total this year. But according to Transfer Market, he's played the majority of the season on the left-hand side of midfield. Now, I don't know, is that left side from a left fullback position? I don't know, because I've not watched a lot of Wolves this year. So I don't know if
Can you check his injury record?
Well, yeah, Ed's put in the chat left wing back, so there you go.
Yeah. Do you have any idea of his injury record? Like, because I'm pretty sure he's used to have a hamstring injury before, like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know much about him, to be fair to you, because obviously I used to watch him in the FA Cup games earlier this season and even last season, and he was just mint. I just think with Ainoria, he's a diamond in the rough, if that makes sense. Superb technically, got a lot of maverick ability about him. With him, it's that we don't see much in the big games because he tends to struggle against the big sides. Obviously, bar Tottenham, for example, and maybe United in some sorts. You don't see him as the shining light. Maybe because you have the likes of Cunha there, Larson, obviously the idea of Andre is becoming more detrimental to them midfield, etc. But you don't really see him as much. And I feel like as if with Nori, it's one of those times where it's either going to bang or they're just going to go to full shit. Because with him, I don't see much development with Nori. I don't see it. Because when you look at players' attributes and their abilities, you always find something you can improve on or get something into their arsenal. But with him, I just don't see it. I feel like he's the final product now at an early age. The problem is one thing: consistency, and that's down to him. But like Spartacus said before, like Madueke killed him in one game, scoring 4 goals. But then I remember watching against, I think it was Everton or Brentford. He destroyed him. Like defensively, he was solid. So it depends on what you want from Ainori as a wing back. I don't think he'll be the main one for next season if we do get him, because I got a sneaky feeling that, let's just say, Gavardio might touch left wing, left backs at some points, and maybe Cambiasso might be the main one that goes on the wide spaces, unless he wants to do a pivot situation with Rodri, which you do know, Martin, that Juventus podcast, who said if Pep signed him, then they're screwed because he's a perfect pivot player to Rodri. So it's actually quite interesting on him.
Yeah, I mean, he signed for Wolves in about £9.8 million deal, 5-year deal. So he's out of contract next year. It does seem, unless he sign a new one. I'm just checking now, but apparently Wolves. No, this is in the Telegraph. Say this what you is from John Purser. Is that Wolves are ready to offer him a 50 million rated Ryan Aït-Nouri a new deal.
I can guess why, because he got a +1 on his buy-up option, I think. Because he's got a year left on his contract, but he also has a year option. Now, I don't know if it's triggered by the club or the player himself. So that's going to be dependent on that too. But if it depends on what I know he wants. Does he want to stay at Wolves and prove himself for another season? Or is it the time now? Because the way you're seeing Ainoria is similar to Gibbs White. Sorry for the reference, but with Gibbs White, he's not performing because his mind's on other things, like City. Let's just say if someone watches a Wolves game next, if whoever does, let's see if it's the same sign with Ainoria.
So plus, Spartacus, he's a left fullback. I mean, we'll talk about it if you want. Mendes is his agent, right? Well, that says it all. Then.
Oh yeah, he's Portuguese. I think he's Algerian. Am I not wrong? There's a bit of Algerian French difference.
Yes, you are right. He is Algerian.
That's a bit weird, because Mendes, he likes Portuguese.
He's French Algerian.
Yeah, they've got both essence, but it's weird, that Mendes has got him because Mendes loves the Brazilian and Portuguese connection because you see a lot of his clients there.
Do I think we could bring back Egan Riley? No, I don't think so.
Nah, I mean,
He's been playing well for Burnley though. Is he still at Burnley? Is it Burnley? Is that? I know
let me check.
he's been playing very well where he's at. I'm sure it's Burnley because someone said he should be in team of the season. We were talking about
Yeah,
that. Someone said, yeah, it's Burnley still.
Yeah, he's played for Burnley. 41 matches, by the way, in the championship.
Yeah, apparently he's been absolutely phenomenal.
Well, if he's that phenomenal, would you think City would get him back just in case for the home goal thing? Well, no.
No, we're not doing the homegrown stuff.
I can tell you hate that word Martin so much. You've had enough of it for the past few days.
Apparently, according to Lucas, we've Jay. Well, where I've got it from is that he's wrote today. We've cooled interest in Ain't Nori since in the past. There you go.
Okay.
So
John Percy. Is he? I think he's a northern. Is he Northern reporter or is he Southern?
Yeah, he's
because
called James Percy, I believe. I think is it James?
Because that Newcastle, there's a Newcastle journal that for some reason hates their club.
John Percy,
yeah,
John Percy.
Yeah, because there's a Newcastle reporter, I think for the Telegraph that is for some reason just hates Newcastle for some reason. And remember when they put out the Barella interest? Like this was like I think it was 2 years ago. Remember that, Martin? There's an article around that. So
yeah,
you never know. Maybe it might be a deceiving article just to get interest from his agent to get a better contract at Wolves. Because you never know.
Could be. I agree with you. Right. Last couple of minutes, mate. Anything else you want to add before we bring someone who? Well, no, actually, carry on talking. I don't want to bring. No, I'm going to bring him in, but I don't know what he's going to say.
Who is it? Go on, tell me.
You'll see what you'll see in a minute.
Is it my best mate? Is it my partner in crime? No. Oh no, not him. Anyway, last few points. I mean, first of all, thank you for responding, Martin, earlier. If you want to do it, just in case, up to you. Second of all, Southampton away, just get the big win. Just get the win for me because Chelsea and Newcastle playing on the same day. Southampton, I don't care where the goals end up because we need that result badly. Because for that weekend, it just calms nerves, and then we're just chilling on our Saturday night and even on our Sunday. We're just chilling, watching Newcastle and Chelsea just batter each other up to just get some Champions League spots. But yeah, just win against Southampton. And then after that, Palace. Then I couldn't give a fuck about Wolves and Bournemouth. Obviously, Bournemouth for the Kevin De Bruyne leaving party, but in terms of result, don't give a shit. But yeah, thanks for having me on, man.
No, anytime, mate, and I'll speak to you soon. And yeah, always good to be on Dash, but I'll speak to you privately anyway. So, but yeah, you're a pleasure to have on, mate. Always good.
Yeah. Can you do a 5-minute call, mate, after the stream if you can?
Yeah, I'll try, mate, when we're on the way down.
Sure. Doing. Take care, mate.
Take care. Right, that was Dash. Big up Dash. We're gonna bring in. Let's bring him in. Are you coming on camera? You're not bothering. Hello? Hello? Do you see the unprofessionalism I have to deal with here? It is Andy from the 9320 podcast. Go and give him a lot of love. Hit that subscribe button over there for him. But I can't hear him. Can anyone else hear him? Yeah, look, Pat's got it right. Andy with the cracking opinions. Hello? Hello? Big up Dash, by the way. I'm going to give Andy one more minute and then we're done. Oh, Ollie Watkins is back, me mate. City Clowns. Oh. It's a shame. Is Mark Goldfish not on live tonight? Is he not live? You know, watching Goldbridge. Oh. Oh, Ollie, you're letting the side down here, mate. You're coming into a City fan phoning. Well, it ain't much of a phoning. Andy's not talking. He's doing Morse code. Right, I'm just going to mute Andy and we'll bring somebody else in. Because I don't know where he's going here. Oh, there's been another goal in the Champions League. Inter Milan have now taken the lead. Woo! Inter 4-3. There you go. Here he comes. Good evening, Spartacus. You're on mute.
Good evening. How you doing? Oh my God, he's jumping into the crowd. He's going to the crowd.
What's going on here?
Fratese is jumping into the crowd.
Right,
all right.
Hang on. Who's on here, Andy?
What?
Which account are you on now?
What? I was on my shitty laptop, mate. I've just jumped on my phone. Not literally.
Well, you could be on with Spartacus. You and Spartacus can go on together. Go on, then.
I'm Spartacus.
Good evening, Andy. How you doing?
How are you, pal?
Not bad. I'm watching Pedri play. Quite a good player, isn't he?
Yeah, Martin. I've got an official complaint.
All right, an official one.
Yeah.
Go on, then.
Where's Alan?
I don't know.
You don't know?
He's gone incognito at the moment.
Right. What do you want to talk about then?
Hey, it's your phoning shows, you two. You go.
Right.
Wait.
I want to talk about
City related. City related, it has to be.
Yeah, Nico O'Reilly. I want to talk about him.
We'll go on then.
Don't you think he's getting ideas above his stations a little bit with these rollbacks like we spoke about earlier, mate? Hey?
I'm being so subtle here.
Hey?
Why are we sharing private conversations on the show?
No, it was me who was having a bit of a dig, not you.
Listen, I think I said it last week. I'm not keen on any player who does rollbacks and flicks and all that. It's not my thing.
Yeah, as a Brazilian, I have to enjoy that.
People think I'm drunk in the chat. I'm actually not. I wish I was.
Well, this is actually how Andy talks normally, people.
No, listen, right, I'm going to try and be serious here now. Right, it's been creeping into Nico's game a little bit, and I wasn't surprised that Pep dragged him off on Friday night because he lost the ball, I think it was twice. Now, whether he's getting Billy Big Balls, I don't know, but it's good to see that Pep dragged him off because we don't want that, because we never got it with the likes of Foden and stuff like that, or even Rico Lewis. I know he's highly rated, Nico O'Reilly, but he's still a little baby bambino at the minute. Yeah, and I don't want to see him Billy Big Balls.
I don't know. I think look, I have a different view on football because I'm Brazilian. I love this type of things, like this flicks, the little turns, and yeah, I just love those things. And I think if a player is confident enough to do it, why not?
Because he loses the ball.
That's going to happen. He takes risks. This is going to happen. But if it manages to beat the defender, we have a situation where we're attacking with an extra player and defending with one fewer player. So it's just a risk versus reward thing. Let's take it as an example. The little flicks that he did against Nottingham Forest. He beats two defenders and gets a shot off. If he doesn't try those flicks, he probably loses the ball and it's a counter-attack. But because he managed to get those flicks off, then we are in a situation where we can bring dangers to the defense. To the opposition.
Spartacus, you're forgetting something, though, mate. You Brazilians are fantastic with flair. Us English are shit, mate.
Yeah, but if you don't allow him to try those things in the game, he's never really going to be good at it, is he? Like, you
No,
have
but
to try
okay.
those and fail.
Let's look at it another way then, pal. Right, so he does all the tricks and flicks and stuff like that, and he loses the ball, and all of a sudden we're conceding goals through it. All of a sudden he's going to start getting the pressure, like Rico Lewis has been getting, some of our other youngsters have had over recent times. It's a case about learn your trade and stuff first rather than just start pissing around with it.
Yeah, but the question I raise is, does he want that to be a part of his trade? Because if he does, then he has to try those, and it's a thing of risk versus rewards. He has to learn where to do it, how to do it, when to do it. And if you just do the right ones, then you're never really gonna learn the situations where you don't do them. So it's a thing that you have to try them, but if you try them, you might risk losing the ball, and that's just a risk.
Exactly. There was a couple of times, mate, on Friday night where it was like, "What you doing? Just pass it simple instead of trying to do all." Listen, I'm all for flair and stuff like that, but try it when we're 3-4-0 up, not when we're 1-0. And it's an important Champions League qualifying game, if you like, and it's so tight because let's not forget Wolves had their chances as well, and all of a sudden we worked our way to 1-0, and all of a sudden that could have just been blown apart because we've got a history of especially this season, conceding one, and then we're prone to conceding 2 and 3.
Yes, I do agree with that, but at the same time, like, I just think he had a bad game, and I don't think it was necessarily because of the tricks. I think he looked lost. The game was a little bit too intense for him, I feel like, and I just don't think he faced that level of intensity in the previous ones. I just don't think he's quite ready to go inside yet. He needs to stay a little bit more on the outside of the play.
Yeah, there is that, mate. I don't want him to put himself in a position where his confidence will be rocked by him, conceding because we know he's not a left back, but I think he's done a brilliant job as a left back. Since he broke into the team, I don't want to see all that work, especially this the business end of the season now. His confidence being rocked, over somewhat what's self-inflicted.
Yeah, I can see that, but yeah, I can see that. Then again, like, it's what I was saying. He has to
O'Reilly. Talking about O'Reilly, Steve. By the way, Steve, you want to jump in? Let me know.
a player. He needs to. Yeah, a player needs to do those types of things in the wrong spaces to learn that those are the wrong spaces to do it. Then I would agree with you if he keeps doing those things in the same regions in the same areas of the pitch with the same amount of pressure and the same conditions in the next game, because then he didn't learn that he cannot be doing that in the previous one. So if he doesn't learn, then that is a problem. I think that the issue is not doing that and failing. I think it's not learning from those failures. I think this would be an issue.
I'd rather him learn from a failure when we're 3 and 4-0 up, mate, than when we're
Oh
winning
yeah,
1-0.
obviously, yeah, well, that's true. But like, if you don't do it when you have pressure as well, like, you have to learn how to do it under pressure as well. When you do it, when you're 2-3-0 up, everything is easier to do, right? Like, you don't have any pressure, you can lose the ball, and you have that safety in mind. It's completely different to do it when you don't have that safety in mind.
Yeah,
That's just a thing. Yeah.
I want to get Martin's opinion on something before I have to bring somebody else on and cut him loose. Martin, don't you
Yeah.
think we? I want to talk about Kovacic and Nunes as well, mate, because I think they need a little bit of respect laying on them at the moment because they've been pulling us through. Some people have been saying, is it a coincidence that we're playing and winning without Haaland? I disagree. I think it's more that Nunes has been playing brilliantly and Kovacic has been absolutely dragging us through by the bootlaces. And I think we need to give them a little bit of respect because they've had a lot of hammering of late.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kovacic for 25 million with his CV, he's one of the most underrated players probably in recent years, it's
Kovacic, how many Champions Leagues has he won?
4.
Yeah.
What clubs has he played for? He's no mug.
Well, Inter Milan, Real Madrid, Chelsea, City, you name it. He's been there. Croatian international, multiple caps. Nunes, though, I think Nunes is really weird.
They can be if they don't like a player, even when that player is doing well, they won't acknowledge it. I think it's time now we start acknowledging that. You know something? These people, these players, what some fans have been hammering, they need a little bit of respect because they've been playing brilliantly of late.
Do you not? By the way, I don't think this is just. I've said this earlier. Well, as you know, I've had my gob going all day.
I know, bleeding nerd you all day. I'm sick of you.
Gonna keep yourself busy, mate. The one thing I will say is, I used to think I'm starting to think it's a footballing issue of 2025. Is that I think whinging and moaning and always seeing the worst in things is just popular now.
People are
No
just
one ever wants
negative.
to praise anyone anymore. No one ever wants to give anyone any kind of just gifts or help or you're doing well. You know, that pat on the back sometimes. You know yourself, Andy, if a player makes one mistake that leads to a goal, they will focus on that instead of them scoring 5 goals in the next few games.
That's my concern only about what I mentioned about Nico O'Reilly, mate. I don't want to see the lad get slaughtered for making
He's
a
a
mistake.
young lad. He's a total young lad. And this is why, yes, probably, yes, we should have given him a go. But maybe I've got PTSD. Some have got PTSD on signings. I think I've got PTSD on the EDS in terms of the way I've seen some of the youngsters spoke about when they've been bigged up. And the perfect example of that is Rico Lewis. We had a year where Rico Lewis was the best thing going since sliced bread. And one thing I do think, again, this is a football thing.
I don't know. Sometimes I prefer to cut my own bread than sliced.
Do you not think we like to bring a player up to tear him back down was quick?
Yeah, I think that's society, mate. Not just football.
That's my point. I think society is that. I think we bring football up. Hello, is that your mum, Spartacus? Hello,
Yes,
Spartacus.
that's me, Mom.
Hello,
I don't think
Mrs.
she hears you.
Spartacus.
What's your mum's name?
Elling.
Hello, is it Ella?
Helling.
Hello, Helen.
Helen.
You're live with nearly 100 people.
Helen.
Dennis, come on. Yeah,
you
won't come on. You ain't got the guts.
Spartacus. What's your spin on Nunes and in particular, the way he's been playing of late and Kovacic?
Honestly, I'm just happy that they're doing well right now. Like, we don't ever want to see our own players do badly, right? Some people apparently they enjoy that, but I don't. I just want to see the players performing well and doing good stuff on the pitch, and that's what they've been doing so far. Like, the players never go to the pitch thinking, "Nah, I'm going to sabotage us." They just try to do their best, and sometimes things don't come off, and that's normal. So I'm just happy that people are now seeing that, okay, maybe he is a decent player, not a complete bum.
But on the other side of it, you've got to think what a big pair of bollocks they must have. They know they're being slaughtered by their own fans.
Ladies present in the chat.
Sorry, they've got a big pair of testicles, right? So they've come through all the slagging off, and they've come out of it the other side. So they are big personalities, and that they're the kind of players what I want playing for us.
Absolutely. When people come with lists with Nunes and Kovacic as well as players that they want us to get rid of, I'm just like, what are you seeing there, man? Like, we have a player on Nunes, for example, that can play left wing, left back, and right wing. We're actually wanting to get rid of this guy. How many players are happy to be on the bench and able to play all of those positions when he's called upon? Not many.
Is our Portuguese and Brightwell?
Fair enough. And the same with Kovacic. Kovacic can play DM, centre mid, and can play a little bit more advanced on the pitch as well. So, I mean, I don't understand why people want to get rid of those. I understand that they made some mess ups, and especially Matheus Nunes, but they came out on the other side and they came out a better player as well. Like they show that they've got a thick skin and they can handle being heavily criticized and actually just putting their head down and working on their game.
Yeah.
No wonder why it took about 3 or 4 months to get the system that we're playing right now. He had to make two midfielders become fullbacks and attacking wingbacks. This doesn't happen on 1 or 2 training sessions. He's probably had this idea about January or December and was working on that throughout this time. And when he felt that both of them were ready and the rest of the team was ready, he put them on the pitch and said, "Play how we train." And they started performing. It's not really that hard to see.
No, I agree. Martin, can I make a suggestion? You know, if you was Pep Guardiola now, do you want to know what you should be doing? You should be substituting me for Elliot to talk about Morgan Gibbs White now. Because
Elliot, welcome to come on as everyone is.
Because quite frankly, Martin, you know I love you, but I'm absolutely sick to death of you today. You've phoned me up. I've heard you on Spaces. I've heard you on other people's channels today, and I just was flicking through, and I've had to enjoy you tonight as well. No, seriously. No, I just thought I'd come on and make a quick appearance. But listen, always a pleasure, never a chore, guys. What do you say, Martin? Smash them likes.
Smash the like buttons.
Right, take it easy, all. I'll be watching, so don't be slaughtering me.
Yeah. Go and show Andy a
Marcel.
lot of love on 9320 podcast.
See you later, Spartacus.
See you later. I also have
Yes,
to go as well.
I did get them. I got them in the end. It took a long time, but I got them. I got the final tickets. Elliot Anderson was quality. No, I don't. Elliot Anderson, I was just falling in love with him. Sorry, was Fee saying sorry? I meant those girls are not scared of bollocks. Fee, you got right filthy mind, you. First week on the job, and she's doing it anyway. Why? What did Tommy say? I don't know.
Martin, anyways, have a good one. I have to go right now.
Always
a pleasure being here.
No worries.
Always a pleasure.
No, always welcome to come on, Pedri Lover.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, all right, mate. You take care. I'm going to bring in the next one. I'm just going to do a couple of these. Yes, Tommy has tweeted earlier on, 2 hours ago, if Verts wanted to join City, it's a done deal as soon as the window opens. Otherwise, forget it. So basically, we will know straight away. So we will see soon enough on Verts. Right, couple of things. Ed, we're going to bring in a minute. Inter Miami will no longer pursue the signing of KDB, according to BBC Sport. Nick Machita, the Chicago Fire, have now the first option. Speak on the outgoing. Tommy has also hinted that there was a Gundogan U-turn. Could there be a KDB U-turn? I don't see it unless it's very quick, because you're going to have to say goodbye to him a week on Tuesday. So we'll have to see. Blue Goat has got his 2-year anniversary. Big up Blue Goat. Show him a lot of love. Hit that W's in the chat for Blue Goat. Congratulations on your 2 years. 2 years of amazing support. Thank you so much. And Adam MCFC Quinn has been ever so generous and donated 5 channel memberships. If you have got one, please say a massive thank you to Adam. Tone, Fave, you want to come in? Let me know. You don't have to be on camera. If you want to come on just voice only, it's more than welcome. Yeah, you know what it's like now, Harry, with that. You know what it's like with the bloody thing at the minute. Come back, Andy, we missed shot. I thought you were coming on. Or have you shriveled up into peanuts? Ding dong, don't forget to check them. Love you, son. Son. Whoa. He also Palmer joined back at the same price we sold him at. That's true. Inzaghi is a top G. Told me died after the dude news. Ooh. Kay doing a bit of told me calling out. Andy, any chance Elliot and I can get on your show to do an MGW special? He's gone now. Oi, I'm his boss now, Andy. So he's got to ask permission from me. Know what I mean? Right, let's bring Ed in. Ed, how you doing, mate?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, mate.
Can you can't hear the game, can you?
Pardon?
Can you hear the game?
No, you're all right.
No, just what you said about Tommy. Would the club not think that we would have a good chance at winning the cup? I just don't see that as the reason they would bring back KDB if we won just because we won the cup. What's up the chat? So once the club put a statement out and he got interviewed multiple times with his comments, I just think you just gotta have a nice send off.
See, well, that's one thing with Gundo. They never publicly announced it. There was never no public announcement on that one. It wasn't made official on the website. It was all, we'll just see at the end. It was like last minute with Gundo. This has been like it's predetermined a long time ago.
Yeah. Like there,
I've noticed that, Steve. He's a right turncoat. He'll sell his soul to anybody, Elliot.
But
listen, he DMs you, he phones me. I get phone calls.
I would say this too about Alton. I was saying in the chat, I know Percy said Liverpool could interest off of him because they're going with Kirkaz. I didn't see what he said about City. Because I know that was mentioned earlier. But I would be a good fan of Alton just because if we're looking at modern day fullbacks, you're not asking them to defend as much as you used to be.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking at, I mean, Mendez isn't. I don't think of his defensive capabilities.
Well, like I said, I've looked on it, and you said left wing back, left midfield. It's an intriguing one. Should we go back? Are we going back to the days of Mendy and Walker? Is that the plan?
If you get both of those two players, because I was also thinking if you play a 3-5-2, you can't play unless you play with 2 10s. You're not playing Verts and Foden if you play a 3-5-2.
Potentially.
So I think what we're seeing now with the 2 center backs, and you got your fullbacks pushing up, I think you will see that more because you get more players out on the pitch. I just don't think it looks as crisp because of the players we have at our disposal right now. Like if I replace Nunez with Cambiaso, and O'Reilly is a great player, but I think, there's still some things to learn.
It's a weird one, this window, because if it's not Ain't Nora, who is it? Because if you're going for an Ain't Nora, surely you can look at an Anthony Robinson.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised. Like, I know a lot of people have brought it up. It looks like
I love Anthony Robinson.
I think you said this too, Martin. I think sometimes the club, I don't want to say rate somebody, but they just hold somebody higher than the other person for whatever reason. Because the first name people are saying is Robertson, but Liverpool is going for Kirkaz, not Robertson. it seems like all the top clubs aren't looking at Robinson for whatever reason.
Take care, Tom. Take care, Faith. Thank you for joining us. Ladies down one, we need a sub. Oh, right, because fee's gone. No, I get you now. Yeah, and because I sit there and I look at all the targets, and like I said, I understand the fear on some. I totally get the fear on Burts. Do I think it's the end of City and no Burts? That's a load of BS. That is a load of bullshit and garbage and just making noise for the sake of making noise. I seriously don't understand that. What's he put in? What? 2 members off the Mancunian way have gone. Great advert. Oh, right. Yeah, I get you now. For me, I just sit there and I think the club, we all thought the club weren't going to do anything in January, didn't we, Ed?
Yeah, we had a lot of conversations about January.
We had lots of conversations about this, and they went and spent virtually 200 million.
Yeah.
So what if the club, because for me, I think the club proved themselves in January that when they need to spend the money, they'll spend the money. Why can't we have that belief and that trust in the summer?
Well, I think it's because, like I said in the space last night, man, you're talking about the big boys. You know, you're talking about the KDBs of this world. You're talking about the Bernardo Silvas of this world, the Gunnigans of this world. And, you know, the sentimentality around those three especially, you know, there's going to be, the bar is here.
Mm.
And so, like you said before, every new player that's going to come
then
in.
The bar goes up there again. So the bar starts here, then goes there, and we end up pumping out with space.
Because every new player is being held to that bar. Because you're living in the moment. You're not living. You're not thinking about when they first came in. Nobody's thinking about Rodri when they first came in. We're thinking about Ballon d'Or winner Rodri. People forget about when he first came here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for all Bernardo Silva was at Monaco, I mean, to be frank, teams don't even want to spend 50 million euros on him now.
See, but I said that earlier. I don't understand this penny pinching all of a sudden. Where's the penny pinching come from? I don't get it. I don't get where this penny pinching things come from. Because like I said earlier on, for 2 years, all I've heard of people call out Cheeky for being too tight and doing release clause. Would you not agree with that?
Yeah. Why does he always does release clause? Why is he spending no money?
Because you remember, let's use Josko Gabardio as an example. Josko Gabardio, I think we were haggling over, was it 5 mil? And now everyone was moaning at Cheeky for doing that. And now everyone's gone the opposite way. And they're saying that we need to be more careful with the money. I was going to sneeze there.
It's you know, but it's because it doesn't fit there. It's because it's not the player they want, Martin. That's the case. If City was dropping it, if this was Rangers and City were splashing cash, nobody would care.
No, I don't think they would.
It's just not the player.
Luke said he's got an update. Percy said Liverpool have been in Maris on the left wing back to be an number 1 target position. He's Milos Kirkus at Bournemouth. Manchester have also distanced themselves to remove this summer. So we distance ourselves from Kirkes. So who is the left back then? If we're distancing from Kirkes and Eight Nori may not happen, who's the left back then? Is it someone we don't know about? Is it Callum Doyle? Would you be willing to give Callum Doyle a go? I've not watched loads of him at Norwich this season. I mean, or it really is a weird one, this.
Well, I think, like we said, we'll know about Usilia getting, because I think in that first window, you need your number one goalkeeper. You're going to need a midfielder, and you're going to want a fullback.
Well, I was captain's play. Is Pep content with Josko and Ake? So does Ake stay then? And we use Gabadio.
Well, can Ake play the system at left back?
All right, then. Throw one out here. He's O'Reilly now a left back for the foreseeable.
I can understand that. I would be more willing for that than Ake if we're playing the system. But then that means he's the week in, week out starter then.
Yeah, and because my thing with O'Reilly is, if we make these signings, say we buy Burts or whoever, and we buy the guy from Galatasaray, and we buy Morgan Gibbs-White, you've got Echeverria, you've got Mamouche, you've got Foden, where does O'Reilly get? Oh, and you've got Nico J, and you've got Rodri, and you might keep Gundo and Bernardo. Where does O'Reilly get into that midfield?
Well, you know my opinion. I think for right now, what we're doing, I think I would have him as, if it was me, I would have him as second option left back and put Vardio as center back and get rid of either Stones or Ake. That's what I would do. But the club have their own plans. I mean, in that contract extension, they would have told him something about his future. They would have gave him a layout for where they envision him for the future. So my question would be, is that just a temporary thing, or is that his position? Because then that's like kicking the can down the road.
But haven't we done that for 6 years with this left back?
Yeah, but this is the thing. If you're ever going to do it, Martin, you would do it now. When you kind of have to do it. When you kind of have to do it. If you're not going to do it now, then during Pep reign, he's never going to have a left back.
You know what? Alf, by the way, welcome from Alf's channel. Big up Alf's raid. Thank you very much. Give it a lot of love. Alf's raid, welcome. We are going to go for another 15 minutes. Andreas is ready to come in as well. Can I bring Andreas in with you, Ed? Might as well, rather than...
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Good evening. Andres, are you there? Andres? Hello? Can't fully hear you, Andres. Ed, can you hear anything? Everyone's gone now. Everyone's gone. Hello? Ed, have you gone? Ed, can you hear me? Just speak for me, Ed.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I've got it. Andres, right, I think we've lost Andres.
Okay.
Thank you, David. Appreciate that. Right, I'm gonna close the lines in 1 minute. Andres says his mic isn't working. Don't worry, we'll get that sorted out for you next time. Right, what I'm gonna do is, I scared them off. Maybe we did. I'm gonna close the lines because we've only got 15 minutes. If you want to come on now, email me and I'll get you on. I'll put it in the chat and I'll get you on.
I think Andres is
he coming back?
he's trying to come back.
Right, he's rejoining. Matt, we'll try now.
Hello?
Andres, are you there?
Yeah.
Right, we've got you now.
Yeah,
Sorry
I
about
don't know
that.
what was. No. That was weird. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, can hear you loud and clear, mate.
Hey, Ed.
Welcome
you
to
from
the
the
channel.
States?
How are you?
I'm good.
What's up, man? What's up?
Good. So, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Just wanted to say what's up. Good to talk to you, Martin. Been following you for a while. You guys got a great channel, and now I'm just excited for the new reset with City, I would say. In terms of summer transfers, I think Wirtz, if he comes or if he doesn't, I don't really care. I just want players that want to play for City, and I think we got a lot of people or a lot of like good academy prospects. So, but yeah, who knows with the rumor with Wirtz? Everybody wants Wirtz, but um, I don't know. It's kind of a weird market right now.
I mean, where do you at? Because obviously there's been a lot of talk and there's been a lot of if buts and maybes.
Hmm.
Have you got any sort of favourites you want? Any ideas who you'd want? Or is it just you'll go with wherever the club want to do?
Yeah, pretty much just back the club. I mean, they got KDB right. They've been getting multiple signings right in the past. The Calvin Phillips was a giant flop, but
Yeah,
I
I
don't
agree.
think many people saw that coming. People thought Phillips would do a job realistically, but he still won a treble. So shout out to Phillips. And um, I don't know. So I think like Wirtz is ideal because he's very talented. I think. Um, I don't know. I like the academy prospects. Echeverry hopefully can get in. Um, I don't know. We'll see about that. And then um, I say we back Gibbs White, but yeah, it is kind of a
Oh,
bit
so
of an
you like the Gibbs
underwhelming.
White? You like the Gibbs White idea?
Not for 100 mil, but I think the market's just so inflated. It's in terms of the money, it's not my money, Martin, obviously. Like I get when people say, why do fans care? Um, because yeah, that makes sense. But like in terms of the player, I feel like if the price tag, even though they don't even set it, it can really like mess them up. Like, yeah, I don't know. It can have an effect on their uh I guess like their output because Kovacic has been for me like top three players of the season for sure. And Vardio was always going to live up to his name tag because of he's so young, but he plays like he's 30. He's just a savage. And but Kovacic was how much? 25 mil? That
Yeah.
was a steal. Versus I mean I'd pay it over again for Grealish if it were me. I'd do that transfer again over like 10
Would
times
you?
over. Yeah, for the treble season alone, he was prime. And that was worth every penny. Because yeah, I just think winning a treble was crazy. Barca just got knocked out of the UCL. It just shows how difficult that is. I really thought they had that, but yeah.
People talk about trebles like they're so
Exactly.
easy to do, and
Or
you
like
just
the
roll
quad.
into it.
Yeah. 2022, 23 was a trip.
Yeah. Oh. Elliot has joined us. He's here.
Hello.
I
What's up,
didn't
El?
think you'd come on.
No, you didn't, did you? I've caught you out now, Anna. You don't know what to say.
I did not think you'd come on.
I thought we were talking mortgages. Well, that's why I've come on.
Well, go on then.
Well, I just think we should be looking to pay roughly around 100 million for him. I'm just wondering what you was like thinking about that. If we can't get Florian Wirtz, we'll have a few extra cash flowing around. So why don't we spend it on Mortgage White?
I just think 100. 3 digits is crazy for Morgan Gibbs White.
Yeah, I'm mocking, man.
But
I'm mocking.
Yeah,
What would you genuinely pay for him, Elliot? Genuinely.
that's a good question.
In today's market,
Probably 60 to 65. I would probably look to pay roughly.
would you do in any other?
I suppose you could, because obviously, if we're going to win the league, then obviously
No.
that doesn't matter, does it? Obviously, because you recruit. Obviously, you're going to recruit a lot of money, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I think he's a good player. But obviously, I don't know if he's. It's hard, isn't it? I don't know. Is he going to be cursed for coming in? And like, I think a lot of people, obviously, we said this earlier on Martin. I think a lot of people's already made up their mind, aren't they, a little bit on him? So I think, is he already down to a problem? If you know what I mean.
Do you know what I find so mad? Someone said this earlier. Could you imagine if we got Verts and Gibbs White, and Gibbs White was the better player that fitted in, and Verts looked like he was out of place?
That'd be a city thing, wouldn't it?
Do you know? And I don't mean quality wise, because I'm not.
To be fair, Andy's put a decent comment in mine. I won't mind paying that for him for what he's put in.
Oh.
I don't know if you can see it, Andy. I don't know if you can see what he's put.
65-7. Oh, 60.
That one. Yeah.
See what I mean? Lenny's put it. Gibbs White's a 50 million player tops. The problem is, Lenny, Forest paid nearly that to get him.
Did they really?
They paid 42 mil. It was 25 initial down payment and the rest in add-ons. But apparently they're going to get the add-ons. The add-ons were like get called up for England. Oh, and he's done it all. So they're going to pay the 42 mil.
Where did they pick him up from?
Wolves. And the thing is, I mean, well, here's a question for you all. Genuinely, and I said this earlier on, when we sold Cole Palmer to Chelsea and we got 50 million quid with add-ons, weren't some of us saying, why are they paying 50 million quid for a player that's played 600 minutes?
What are you asking, Martin?
Why is it okay for us to sell a player who's played less than 1,000 minutes for 50 million, who none of us had really seen the potential of? But we're talking about a guy who's been the main guy for Nottingham Forest, their captain, and he's one of the main regions who are in a top 5 fight. And where apparently he's worth 40, 50 mil.
No, that's a good shout, especially with inflation. And I agree with the homegrown tax. Yeah, he's going to be pricey.
The original one was Julian Alvarez worth nearly 100 mil.
Yeah, I think so.
Was he?
What does everybody else think?
Well, there, Elliot. There's one for you. Was Julian Alvarez worth nearly 100 mil?
No. I wouldn't have said so, no.
Yes, in today's market, yes.
Yeah, but you got to look at what he's done now, though.
Yeah.
You're looking at it now, but look at what he didn't. He was never going to get in overall, and which I'm not saying anybody could, because I don't think nobody would. But what I'm saying is, he had to be pushed out of his actual natural position to then become something which he did do well in. You know what I mean? You got to give him credit, but I don't think as a footballer he was nowhere near the quality of some of the players we had at the time. If I'm going to be honest, I don't. Like I say, I think you got to look back at Kev at that point. Bernardo at that point, obviously,
Mahrez,
I know people look. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mahrez. Yeah, you've got a lot of players. You know, what I mean, Grealish in the form was probably best. Well, he was. That was probably Grealish's best of the form for City, weren't it? Really. So, yeah, that's where I probably look at it. I would have took it. Like I said, I'm not annoyed that they took what we took for Alvarez. Just interesting. It's just interesting to see what they're going to get if this Verts thing doesn't happen, but. Let's say I wouldn't be waiting around on Verts, but I meant that pretty clear a few weeks ago. But
I hope the club doesn't wait, because KDB is gone. So
yeah, ignore that, Martin. By the way.
All right. Well, I don't know what
He's talking bubbles as he always does.
Right. Is he talking about 1%?
Yeah.
Well, Steve Bruce put here, I think we're missing the bigger picture here with Morgan Gibbs White. He gives his energy legs in the midfield next to Rodgers, that with Mamouche and Highland, there's a lot of pace.
Yeah, that's true.
The trouble is with a fee is only what a club is willing to sell and buy at. It's very hard to try and put a fee onto a player. Because like I said, Akanji was worth a lot more than 14 million.
Yeah.
You had Alvarez at the time worth more than 14 million. So I don't know. This is the problem with this. Yeah, because I've got to go in 5 minutes, Blue Art. But next time you want to jump in, mate, come in. Alvarez, 33 GNA and 51 gates, 85 million. Yes. That's fine then. But then Forrest will argue, Andrew, one of the main guys who's got them into Europe or trying to get them into Europe, and he's their captain. And he's got English tax and homegrown.
Yeah, that's fair, especially in 2025.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
I think too many people are getting caught up on this fee thing.
Yeah,
they're getting really too caught up on the fee thing because Haaland was worth a lot more than 50 million.
Yeah, that's true.
So should we go back to Dortmund and give him an additional 100 million because we stole him at 50, even though it was a release clause?
The deal's the deal. After it's done, it's done.
See what I mean? He swings and roundabouts. We've won some deals, we've lost some.
Where do you see Nico O'Reilly playing in the future?
I think there's room in midfield.
Yeah.
Do I think straight away? No. Unless you sell people.
I've got a message, by the way. I need to answer this question. It's a tough question, Andy. I don't know whether I prefer 2 thumbs on each hand of 2 big toes, just because people will probably will see my thumbs more than my toes. There you go. That answers your question.
No. My point is, Andrew, he wasn't worth 51 million now. He was worth a lot more. I just think we're getting very up on the thing. And the other thing is, it's like people were saying today, I want wow signings. City, what's a wow signing? City aren't just going to go and get wow signings. They're not going to get Reinders.
They might do mine if Gibbs White can happen.
The thing is, mate, the window opens in 3 weeks, doesn't it? There would have been links by now. Properly.
You don't know if that Gibbs White thing's going to fall through.
It might, and like this is what I've always said. Maybe Forest has too much, and we pull away.
What about Xavi Simmons? How do you guys feel about Simmons?
But again, he's going to be apparently. Someone said he's 80 million. Is he worth 80 million?
How old is he?
How old's Xavi Simmons?
He's only about 22, innit? 22, 23, I think.
Question.
Yeah, I think so. 80.
He's 21.
Oh, dang. Yeah. 80s. Understandable. So is 100 for Morgan Gibbs White. Because Gibbs White's
Was that
25?
true, by the way? Was Gibbs White at the Trafford Centre today? Or was that
I saw that on social media, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. We won't get, you think with Reinders though, Martin?
Yeah.
We might get Reinders around January because it's close to Christmas, isn't it?
Is that when he comes out? Simmons forwarded.
Sorry, that was too settled, that one.
What's the plan if no verts? All right, then we'll ask you two. What's the plan if no verts and Forest has too much? Well, what's plan B?
Well, you know my thoughts on this, so
the club ends.
No. You know my thoughts on the situation, but
Echeverria.
well, all I'm saying is,
Okay, then. Could you see a scenario of Echeverria folded and Mamouche?
yeah, I'm happy with that. I think we're supposed to be all looking at Foden this year, aren't we? But we're not looking at him from last year, are we? But that's not really fair, is it? Because you've got to judge a player by the season, what they're in at the minute, which I get, but I don't think many people are looking at the actual sort of bigger picture, if I'm honest. He's had a not a great season. I'm not disputing that. He's had a good season, but if you think Pep Guardiola is just going to forget about Phil Foden, I think you probably need to give him a bit of a wobble, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great point, Andy. Is I do said I always thought we were of the opinion. Yes, City may not be doing any leaks. I think the leaks have come from Gibbs White. I think Forrest is the one who leaked that one out, part of. Now, Sam Lee, for whatever people want to believe it and not believe it, he did tweet out. There was a tweet out tonight saying, from Sam Lee's perspective, he's more in Gibbs White and Verts will happen.
Remember the last time you heard that, though, Martin? That's the problem with that. When was the last time you heard?
I'm just
any recent news on it? That's the
my
problem.
point is, we don't know. We don't know. Do I? See, Andrew, I find that harsh, mate. I think you've been in someone's chat a bit too much, you, Andrew. You've been in somebody's chat a bit too much.
But that's Steve Lewis. He slates him off all the time.
Andrew, you need to get out of someone's chat. He's rubbing off on you, mate.
With this new formation, Martin. With this new formation, what we're going with, I think I've asked you a couple of times on Spaces. Where does this leave like Doku and Savino and stuff?
I think when he plays the diamond, then I think any direct winger would struggle. I think the only direct winger that would suit in the diamond is Oscar Bob. Cherka, potentially. I still believe Oscar Bob is the only one. When it comes to could he adapt it and then change it up for the direct wingers? Yeah, of course he can. Different keys for different locks, as Andy calls it. And he's spot on with that. But when it comes to the diamond, I don't see any direct winger getting him. Savio, Doku, or anyone.
Is he really still going to change it, though?
Well, what do you do with Kushanoff, then?
No, I don't mean change the team. I mean the formation.
Yeah, but that's what I mean with the formation, because...
Well, Kushanoff can play centre-half, can't he?
Yeah, you're moving Diaz out, though.
No, but Diaz ain't going to play every game, is he? That's the difference. Kushanoff's a centre-back. Doku's a out-and-out winger. He's not like Oscar Bob's played in the middle before. Nico Rice played in the middle before. Rico Lewis played in the middle before. These are all versatile players who come from his academy. And obviously, to be honest, it's like Echeverria can play an 8, really, if you needed him to. He can play on the left.
I don't agree with that formidable. I think that's harsh. We've regressed 4 in a row by default. So Liverpool won the league by default this year, formidable.
We have fingers since the treble final.
Yeah, because
I think that's more. I think that's more the players.
The peak.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's that much. I think it's the players that we had probably were proven over a period of time. Whereas we had to get rid of players at some point. It's just obviously Shane Maddox.
Well, I don't think formidable means it in this way. But I've seen this a lot. We've regressed since the treble. Yes, that was always going to happen because the treble is the peak of football. You are not going to keep the level of treble going because they went over and beyond to win the treble. That's why Barcelona can't win the treble. Real Madrid can't win the treble. It's only been done twice in the whole of English football.
I
do think the treble's really clouded judgment on people.
Just got to wait, haven't we? Like I said, we've not had a fully fit squad since the treble, really, when you know what I mean, when you think about it. we've had injuries since then, haven't we? Do you know what I mean? Like, you look at KDB with his hamstring, that was the treble, weren't it? I think that was the final. That went, and obviously Burnley. And then since then, really, we probably haven't had a fully fit squad, when you think about it. Even the start of the season, Rodri come back, he was injured, then Oscar Bob did his leg. So yeah, do you know what I mean? I just think we've got to get time. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, Rodri's the best player in the world, factually. Once he comes back into the team, which I think it'll be pretty soon, to be honest. Yeah, I think just see what happens.
Yeah. Right. Final
never know.
thoughts, gentlemen, because I do need to jump. I need to go and do some. I need to go. And
Are you going to do a space, Martin, here? Not like you to do a space again.
No, my dad's about to take my dad to the doctor as well. He's not well, so I've got to take him. Watching tonight's semi-final made me realise how much work we have this summer. Okay. We'll see.
Well, how many players have Inter Milan signed since we beat him in the treble season?
I don't know.
What does it mean us? Does it mean we've obviously got that much work to do? I don't know.
Yeah, it means us. It means us by how much work we've got to do. That might be buying MGW because Edison might be going. We won't play wingers in this formation. That's my point. Yeah. Jay Fresh, I were going to bone a pit with you, Sunshine. Bone a pit with you. Bloody I'm waffle. Behave. My guy's hams are in disguise.
He must know you then, Martin, if he knows you waffle.
Pep said tonight Rodgers will play in the Premier League before the end of the season. Has he?
I'm going to put my. I think I'm going to put my Rodgers shirt on for Saturday, to be honest.
For Southampton? No way.
Might even put my Arlen shorts on and all.
I've said I've got a feeling Rodri will play before the end of the season.
Steve Lewis actually said that he's heard a rumour that apparently he were going to be in the squad in the last game, but he had an illness, so he's the real ITK, Steve Lewis. So I wonder if he's heard anything.
I genuinely believe that, Andrew, by the way. I think the treble has clouded everyone's judgment. I do believe that. I think everyone believes the treble is now the expectation.
I think Rodri comes back, maybe Bournemouth or
Southampton, mate. Southampton for me.
Hopefully, but if he gets injured again before the World Cup or the Club World Cup, it's gonna be brutal.
Take care, mate. I will get in touch with Cal. Right, anyway.
Great talking to you guys.
Elliot, you know what? And Andres, do not make this a one-off, boys. You have been amazing. Please always come back on. You are more than welcome.
Well, I only come on to talk Monkeys Web, but we're not really spoke about him that much, to be honest, so I'm a bit disappointed, really.
Everyone hates him.
I want to go into like what kid number we were going to be having.
Take care.
It's these kind of things, do you know what I mean?
Harry said he wants a pint race with you on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm up for that. Is he buying?
I don't know.
He must be around.
Evening, Steve Briggs. Stuttering lad.
Steve Lewis is just panicking, mate, because I think he's coming to realisation that his Jamie Doku might not be a come after.
By the way, I've got breaking news, and you can tell Steve Lewis this in the chat. Steve Lewis has a fullback option. Genuinely, this wants us to buy Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
End the stream, Martin. End the stream, man.
That's all I'm saying. So opinions are there. It's why we love them. But listen, I know it's been a short one, but I've just got loads on. We will be back tomorrow at 10:30 a.m.
That's too late for me, that, Martin. That's too late for me, that.
Morning. So 10:30 a.m. Blues Down Under. I'm sick of this unsubscribing. Oh, we love you, mate. We need to get you back on. We need to get you on, Steve. Top lad, Steve Lewis. Honestly, by the way, talk sense on Morgan Gibbs White to Steve Lewis.
He done on Jeremy Doku though, Martin. Jesus Christ.
10:30 a.m. in the morning, there's going to be Blues Down Under episode 3. Keely, Nick, Pat, maybe Rich, will say, are all going to be on. I will not be on. Do not worry. You will not.
Adios.
Pardon? But what I have got to show everyone, Elliot's just gone. Big up to Elliot. I just want to show this to everyone. Quick one. This is something that you can go to if you are in the area on this date. On the 19th of June, 2025, 7 p.m, get there for the 7:30 start at the Premier Suites and Lounge, Corporation Road, Audenshaw. Top Guy, where I used to go and do my Sunday League meetings. It does include Back to the Terraces Pie and Peas Supper, veg option on request. Tickets are £37. It is an evening with Manchester City's heroes of '99, Andy Morrison, Paul Dickoff, Nicky Weaver, a Q&A with our very own comp, Danny Jackson. Where would we be without these legends who were part of a squad who set us on a journey 25 years ago to becoming the best team in the land and all the world? City side memorabilia auction and a pop-up memorabilia shop. It is presented by Premier Events in the aid of Hattersley and Mottram MCFC Supporters Club with Eddie Sparrow, MCFC Memorial. Let's not forget the past Blues. You can get in touch. Some of you will know Ivan Antnet over on Twitter. That is the person you will get in touch with. The phone number's there. He said I can share it around because it's all over Twitter anyway. So there you go. That is an amazing idea, by the way. So get over there if you have it. Honestly, get in touch with it and you'll love it. I'm going to go to that if I can, because I think it's an amazing night. And big up to Ivor for pushing that out and everyone else. I think for arranging it. It's an amazing idea. I love it. So big up him, Ivor. Is this an Alan meet and greet? Nope. No, Blue Hat, back at your love. You can't be the pop-up. Not if Cheeseman is there. I don't know. Behave you. Will there be a wood chat tomorrow morning? Well, you'll have to ask the lads. I don't know if Alan will be on. Alan's gone incognito at the moment. Martin, I used to work there in the bars, part-time job. It's where I'm originally from. Yeah, it's a great little venue, that. Great little venue. I love the comp club. No, Steve, it's Andy Savage meet and greet. But yeah, get in touch with that. It is an amazing thing. And 99, the legends. We would not be where we are without those legends of 99. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone. We'll see you all around about 10:30 a.m. in the morning for the Blues Down Under show, episode 3, where Pat will take you on a memorial journey. Everything from the Aussie, from down under, the other side of the world, upside down. You're going to get all the views from Oz. There's no space tonight, Andrew. I've got to look after my dad, mate. My dad's not very well at all, so I need to go and sort him out. I'll be honest with you. If I hadn't already committed to the show, it might not have happened tonight, but I wanted to come on for you guys because you've shown your love. You've shown I can't thank you all for the love and the support you've given us. Yeah, give it a big thumbs up on your way out. Give it a like, share it around to everyone. If you don't like it, don't like it. It's up to you. It's all opinions. And that's what we love here. Tomorrow, Aussie Blues Down Under. Thursday night chat. Friday, Waffle Show is back at 12 p.m. with me, Tone and LB. See who else. And Saturday, may do a live from Southampton. May do a little live from Southampton. We'll see. Big up to everyone who got their tickets today. We'll see you down there at the Wembley Stadium. I've got my tickets. We're off to the final. Got my tickets, Southampton. Let's go. And don't forget, episode 8 of the podcast, City Till I Die, is out on Amazon Music, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Get over there. Fee and Tone and myself. Amazing. I'll be doing a space tonight. Well, let me know. I might have a listening. But what St. Martin, just go. Take care, all. And as always, up the blues. For that Morgan, Gibinio, Whitinio. He is a blue. He is a blue. MGW is a blue. He loves you all. See ya.